Hey guys, it's the TMI Queen. I just wanted to let you know I weighed myself on Sunday and I am down 2 pounds. I am down to 193. That is 32 pounds lost total, and I have 33 to go. My doctor wants me at 160. So I'm doing well with that again. I still keep getting people that keep saying things like, you know, you look fine. I don't think you need to lose more weight. And, you know, I want to say thank you, but I'm not doing this for my looks. I am doing it for my health. I'm doing it to bring down my blood pressure. I'm doing it to get certain health issues under control. With my cholesterol and all that sort of stuff that becomes a real necessity in your mid-40s. So, I mean, I'm glad everybody thinks I look great no matter what, but I was never worried about what I look like. I actually preferred being chubby because it flattens out those wrinkles on your forehead and elsewhere and gives you big boobs. So I'm well aware that I look just fine being a little chubby, but I, like I said, was never doing this for how I look. That being said, I've been using the 21-day fix containers to try to eat more healthfully, and I've been doing pretty well with that, I think. Because I have ADD really bad, I have to kind of like take things in steps. So where most people would just jump to doing the 21-day fix stuff, I have to like start with, okay, what are my portions for each thing? Okay, well this week I'm gonna focus on making sure I get the right portion of vegetables. Next week I'll work on getting the right portion of fruits. The week after I'll work on getting the right portion of proteins, and just build on each habit, because you know I'm a creature of routine and habit. That's what helps me stay on target, and so that's the way I have to do things. It's how I learned to properly clean my house. I used to have to shovel a path all around my house to my furniture because I was such a slob, and it was because I got very easily overwhelmed by the mess. And I started doing this cleaning and organization system called Fly Lady, and it changed my life. It helped me take things in smaller bites, and also starting one habit, getting that perfected, then moving on to the next one before just jumping in and just trying to undo 20 plus years of bad habits in one day. It's not going to happen, at least not for people like me. So I take that approach with everything that I do now. I do my work like that. I do my cleaning like that, everything. And it annoys some people because their idea is the same thing. Well, we're just going to jump in and do it all at once. But I get so overwhelmed that I just end up not doing anything. So I have to work on one thing at a time, one habit at a time, maybe 2 max. And after that, it's like, okay, let's just work on getting those perfected. Then I can work on the next thing. But already I am noticing, you know, I feel fuller, you know, just working on making sure I'm getting the right amount of vegetables. I feel fuller. I didn't realize how many vegetables I could have, and you know, in this little program, and I was just stuffed. Like I was like, I couldn't fit any more in. With my calorie bucket that I'm allowed, it does require me to exercise, and I have not done that. So my weight has not gone down like it should be, like, you know, as fast as it could be or should be, because I'm not doing the whole program, the whole system the way God intended. So I realize that it's not going to exactly work the same as it works for someone who actually like does it by the book. So, but I'm building new habits, better habits versus, you know, trying to just jump in and get overwhelmed and then quit. So, but anyhow, the other thing that I wanted to touch on today is a lot of people keep hitting me up asking me, you know, are you going to do keto? Are you going to do Atkins? Here, try this shake. Here, try this vitamin supplement. It's going to make you feel amazing. And I have to say, once again, and I will probably beat a dead horse about it and probably offend a few people, and you know, I'm sorry, but this is my personal opinion that's backed up by a lot of actual medical doctors, so get off my back. Before you do any kind of eating thing, you should always check with your doctor. And I probably take that to an extreme because I'm super paranoid, and that's my OCD. I do tons and tons of research about anything that I put in my body. I was given a prescription to help my migraines because I had one that was so bad I thought I had an aneurysm and that I was going to die. And so they gave me this prescription that I've never taken, and I'm sure it works. I'm sure it works. I'm not discounting the fact that it works. But the side effects in it were so bad, I was like, you know what? I'd rather just deal with the pain. When the side effects are things like suicidal thoughts and actions, death, seizures, it's like, you know what? I will grab some ice packs, the occasional ibuprofen that I know at least somewhat works. I know how long mine typically lasts, so if I can just tough it out for 24 to 48 hours, I'll probably be fine. You know, at least get through the worst of it. But I don't see myself taking that pill unless I am at that point where I feel like I might die. And so many medications and so many supplements and whatever have side effects that are just as bad as the problem that you're having. And, you know, I had a friend tell me, you know what you need to do? You need to take these, I'm not going to name the company, but you need to take blah, blah supplements. And I'm like, these things cost like $25. And that was the introductory price. It's a lot more once you get out of the introductory period. I can go down to my local Walmart and go buy me a multivitamin that gives me just as much, you know, balance for $5.99. So I'm not going to go waste even $25 on something that I can get for $5.99 at Walmart. The other thing was somebody told me about these little prepackaged dinners. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. They're like, you should try this brand of prepackaged dinners. I'm like, okay, that sounds amazing. I read the label. It's packed with sodium. It's terrible for you. And I'm supposed to be on a low sodium diet for my heart. So even though I'd be losing weight, I'm gaining sodium. That's not helpful to me. Another friend tried to get me to do the different shakes that are out there. And again, I checked the ingredients, and the one that they tried to claim that, oh, it's packed with all these vitamins. And I'm like, okay. But when I looked at the label, the one type of shake barely had more than like 1% of your daily recommended value. And I'm like, okay, where is the health benefit there? I'm not seeing it. I don't see the vitamin benefit there. You're trying to tell me there's all these vitamins and I can take a multivitamin and get twice as much. So, you know, I don't really understand what you're telling me is so great about this. And then another one, they said, oh, it's got protein in it, and it's got all this stuff, and I just feel amazing afterwards. And I'm like, okay, well, let's look at the label on that one. And the first label, thing on the label was protein. You always, in the ingredients section, you always look at the first ingredient, the second, third, because it's usually listed in order of volume. So whatever there's the most of is listed first, whatever there's the least of is listed last. And what I found was the first ingredient was protein, which is good. The second ingredient was cane sugar. The third ingredient was fructose. So you were drinking protein, sugar, sugar. I can grab a fistful of cotton candy and feel amazing. Like so amazing that I could clean the house 10 times over. I could wash my car, mow my lawn, and take on the world. It's what I would imagine smoking crack feels like. And I'm hesitant when somebody says how amazing they feel after that, because I'm like, it's not the vitamins that are in that, because there's clearly no vitamins hardly listed in there. It's the sugar. You are having a sugar rush. That's why you have so much energy. That's why you have so much focus, because you're flying high on sugar. And, I feel the same way when I've had sugar in that volume. So you're not convincing me that this is an amazing find, because I could just go grab a teaspoon, have a couple scoops of sugar, and it'll taste amazing, and I will have the same energy you do. So I would just encourage you, before getting involved in a fad diet or a gimmick or a shake or a tea or a lollipop or whatever, look at the ingredients, because most of it is not that great for you. And honestly, I feel like I would get a lot more out of a chicken breast and a couple cups of fruit and maybe a couple cups of vegetables, which would be the equivalent in protein and nutrition, like the vitamins and minerals that you get from eating fruits and vegetables. You get more natural, and it fills you up besides, instead of having a shake that you drink and then you're hungry in a couple hours because it doesn't fill you up. I don't like feeling hungry, and feeling hungry leads to a binge. And you know what happens when you binge? You end up like me. So, I'm not saying it doesn't work to lose weight, because clearly it does. But is it doing it in a healthful way? I was friends with a guy who, he was probably about 10 years older than me, and his doctor told him he needed to lose weight fast because his heart was bad. And he's like, oh yeah, absolutely, I'm gonna do that. So he read up on the Atkins diet. He heard it was a good way to lose weight fast. He didn't check with his doctor to see if that was a good way for him to lose weight, given his heart issues. He dropped like 160 pounds. He looked fantastic. And he was just so proud of himself because he'd lost so much weight. Good for him. He died of a heart attack 2 years later. Why? He had too much cholesterol. The triglycerides were off the charts. Too much sodium. All from this fad diet. He didn't do his research. He didn't check with his doctor. And he's dead. So was it worth losing the weight for? No. Unless he wanted to be dead, then I guess it worked, but I highly doubt it. And, you know, same goes with that other fad diet that's going around right now, and you know which one I'm talking about. I don't need to say it out loud. And it was a diet that was created for children who have seizures. But people go, oh, I can lose weight on this, which is great. But again, is it good for your heart? Is it good for your liver? Is it good for, you know, preventing cancer? Things like that. You know, I look at those factors when it comes to what I'm going to put in my body. One of the research things that I did on the one shake that somebody was trying to get me to try, the first article it pulls up was from a medical journal, and it talked about liver toxicity. Like, it was ruining people's livers. And nobody was given any kind of dosage. And apparently they were doing too much of it, but nobody bothered to tell them that you couldn't do that much. And I believe it's still not on the label telling you not to have that much. And there are people out there who don't do things the way you're supposed to, don't follow the program the way it's supposed to be followed. And so, you know, it ends up being harmful instead of helpful. And again, you know, I could lose weight drinking 3 shakes a day, but what kind of nutrition am I going to have? Am I going to be prone to a binge because I'm starving? Am I going to have to say no to a birthday cake at, you know, my grandkid's birthday party? I should be able to consume that once in a while on a special occasion, and it shouldn't affect me. But the way they put it to you is, and the diet industry puts it to you, is that if you don't do things in such a regimented fashion, you're a failure and you're never going to lose weight. And the thing is, it's all fine and good to lose weight, but if you're not doing it in a healthy way, that's called an eating disorder. You know, I can lose weight by sticking my finger down my throat, or taking laxatives, or exercising 5 hours a day, or just plain not eating, but that's called an eating disorder. That's called anorexia. That's called bulimia. That's not a healthful way to lose your weight. So, you know, some of these diets and stuff that are out there, I mean, sure, you'll lose weight, but you're not gaining health. You know, you're going to end up being sicker. You're going to end up having terrible health issues, diabetes, or liver disease, or whatever, just because you wanted to do things the quick way and the unsustainable way. So I guess the biggest takeaway from this message is to strive to eat healthfully, because when you strive to eat healthfully within your calorie limits and eat the portions you're supposed to, and the right balance of fruits, vegetables, proteins, carbs, you know, healthy fats, when you're getting that correct balance, you can eat a lot of stuff, and you'll actually feel better after you eat it. Your health will be better overall. It's not just going to be you dropping the weight so you can look pretty, which is also a nice side effect, but you'll do it in a way that's healthy versus doing it in a way that is damaging to your body. So yeah, that is my little message for the day. And I'll be back probably next week with another little message for you, and hopefully will have lost another pound or two, so I can maybe finally hit the 180s. That's my next mini goal. I'd like to give a shout out to Frecky again. He just did a video recently with a motivational board, and I just bought some poster board and some fancy little markers so that I can make up a little motivational board to kind of post in my living room where I spend most of my time. And I can look at that and go, okay, you know, here are my goals. Have I met that? Maybe I could just get off the couch for a few minutes and do something. And yeah, so I'll be excited to show that off when I finally get it done. And I'm hoping by next week, I'm trying to kind of rearrange my living room a little bit. I'm still working on the whole setup. I don't know what I like or how I want things, but I know I want to get my exercise bike out in the living room. Right now it's in my grandkids' bedroom, which does absolutely no good in there. And it's always trashed in there because kids are messy. And so I want to get it out where I can like ride my bike while I'm watching TV. I've actually thought about purchasing a treadmill and putting it in my living room, because that's what I do when I go to the gym, is I get on the treadmill and I watch TV, or listen to, you know, music on my headphones. So I could do something like that and do it in my own living room, and maybe take the money that I've been blowing at the gym and just blow it on a new treadmill that I'll use at home. I don't know. We'll see. Well, lots of ideas. We'll see where those take me. So anyhow, have a wonderful week. Like, comment, subscribe. You're always welcome to join my Facebook page called Doing This For Me. I'd love to hear about your journey and what you're going through. If you want to comment on your fitness page, I would love to hear what you're going through and the insights that you have. And yeah, so have a wonderful week and good luck.